Hello, guys, welcome back to another episode here on African Confessions. The following story that you are going to be listening to, it comes from a translation of a message that I received. Indeed, strange things do happen in this world. The message reads like this: Hello, Brother Nashi, how are you? Can you please post my story on your platform? Maybe there are people out there who will be willing to assist me. I am a woman who is aged 42 years old, and my story goes on like this. I grew up, and when I grew up, my mother's brother, he was the one who was responsible of taking care of me. What happened, my brother, for me to end up staying with my mother's brother? It was because when my mother remarried again, then the man that she got married to, that man, he didn't like me at all. That was when my mother was forced to dump me. So my mother's brother, my uncle, he then took me and he started taking care of me. And I was someone who was fortunate enough because he took me to school until I had finished my high school. After I had finished my high school, simply because I had passed with a very good rate, then there was someone who was raised up by God, and that person decided to give me a scholarship. That is how I ended up studying in the United Kingdom. And after I had gotten this scholarship, my brother, I never returned back to Zim. And when I was now in the UK, when I had gotten a job, my uncle, the one who took care of me, he passed away. And when he passed away, that was when I came back to Zim for his funeral. When I came back to Zim for his funeral, that was when I said, let me buy a residential stand so that by the time that I want to retire, I can come back to my country. So I bought this residential stand there in Zim, in an area that is called Charlotte Brook. And when I had bought that residential stand in Charlotte Brook, I then returned back to the United Kingdom. When I was there in the United Kingdom, because of work, I could not manage to come to Zim whenever I felt like. So this caused for me to speak with my uncle's son. And when I spoke with him, I said, please, can you assist me? Because this man, he was more like a brother to me since we all grew up in the same homestead. I spoke with him and I said, I want to build a very good retirement house so that by the time that I would have migrated from the UK, coming back to the country of my birth, I would have built a very good house. So the money that I sent him, my brother, it was 100,000 US dollars because I wanted a very beautiful house. And after that, my brother, this was last year in October, when I said, finally, let me go back home. I just want to rest. Let me go and see the progress because I wanted to see the property that I was building. When I returned back home in October, to my surprise, I then noticed that this man, he had not even managed to build the house that he had claimed to be building for me. He had only managed to build a 7-roomed ordinary house for me with all the money that I had been sending him. And I asked him what went wrong because the photos that he used to send me when I was in the UK, those photos, they were not even the photos of the house that he was claiming to be building for me. What he would do is that he would go to my neighbor. They were building a very big house, the same house that I wanted to build. So he would go there and he would take the pictures of their house and he would send those pictures to me and he will say that this is the house that I am building for you. My brother, I was really hurt when I saw everything that had happened. But in the past, people had tried to tell me that this man who was my uncle's son, he was someone who was now a scammer, who was scamming a lot of people. But simply because me and him, we had grown up in the same compound, I thought that he would never do anything like that to me because he considered me to be his own sister. So what he did, my brother, is that with the 100,000 US dollars that I had sent him, he managed to buy some trucks and he started a lot of his businesses. And when I returned back home to Zim, I went to the police and I got him arrested. And to my surprise, he did not even try to deny it. He even confessed, and he said that indeed the money that he had used to buy his trucks and his several businesses that he had started, it was because of the money that he had taken, the money that he had stolen from me. He then agreed and he said that I would try to pay you back, at least please allow me to pay you back a little bit by a little bit. He said that 60,000 US dollars a month, I can try to pay you that if you give me that space. My brother, I agreed and I felt sorry for him, and I said, okay, let us plan an installment plan whereby you'll be paying me off my money on a monthly basis. But this was a very big mistake, because last month there was something that happened, something mysterious, something that I can't even understand up until today. What happened, my brother? It was in the evening, somewhere around 7 p.m. So I heard that there was someone who was knocking on my door. I then went and I opened my door. When I opened my door, I then saw a monkey. You know, there are baboons, then there are those small monkeys. I saw that there was a monkey that was knocking on my door as if it was a human being. This monkey, my brother, it was holding something that was unnatural, something that you will never expect a monkey to be holding. This money was holding a plastic bag. It was a black plastic bag. Then that monkey spoke with me. After that monkey had spoken with me, it said, oh, my father has sent me to give you this money. He said that this is part of the installment plan that you laid out for him. That monkey then said that if my father gives me more money, I'll be the one that will be responsible with handing over the money to you. After that, my brother, then that monkey dropped the plastic bag that had money inside, and it returned back into the forest. This monkey, my brother, after it had returned back into the forest, that was when my uncle's son called me and he said that, did you see my money? Did you see the money that I have sent to you? My brother, I was really scared. I didn't even know what to do. That was when it clicked in my mind that now my uncle's son was a ritualist. When I saw that my uncle was a ritualist, I decided to visit a lot of prophets. I visited this other white garment prophet, and that white garment prophet said that all that we had to do was to burn this money that had been brought to my doorstep by that monkey. That prophet then said that my uncle's son, what he had done is that after I had gotten him arrested, he then went and he visited this other traditional healer, and whilst he was at that traditional healer, they had laid out a trap for me. And this trap, my brother, it's either I am supposed to go mad, or there is a car that is supposed to hit me and I will die on the spot, because my uncle's son, he wants to take all of my properties that I have managed to build here in Zim, since I am a woman who does not have a child. And my uncle's son, he is the one who is the reason as to why I can't have a child and why I can't get married, because he once visited another traditional healer, and when he went to that traditional healer, he sacrificed my womb. The reason why he sacrificed my womb, it is because he is my spiritual husband. My brother, when I am talking to you right now, my uncle's son, he is the one who visits me in the night, and when he visits me in the night, he will start making love to me whilst I am fast asleep. He does all of these things in the spirit, and I can't have a child because I keep on having spiritual sexual intercourse with him. Therefore, and there is no man that is willing to be with me, because already I am someone's wife in the spirit. And the issue is that when we grew up in the same homestead, this is what the prophet told me. To me, I thought that he was treating me really good because he saw me as his younger sister, but that was not the case. That prophet told me that ever since I was a young woman, he was always lusting after me. and he wanted to marry me. And when he saw that he could not get married to me because we are relatives, that was when he decided to go and sacrifice my womb so that he can become my spiritual husband. Right now, my brother, I am really scared. Even that 7-roomed house that he had built for me, I even ended up running away from it because I am so scared. How can I be comfortable living in a house whereby a monkey can just come knocking on your doorstep and the monkey will tell you that here is the money that my father is owing you? What kind of a life is that? My brother, I am asking for any kind of advice and help. It doesn't matter if it is a man of God, a prophet, or a traditional healer, anyone that can help me with a go back to sender, so that everything that has been said upon my name, any charms that has been used upon my life, it can go back to sender. I have suffered, my brother. Please help me.